Good afternoon, and welcome, all of you, to this wonderful occasion. I am Dr. Raymond Curry, Professor of Medicine and Medical Education, and it is my great privilege and honor to serve the college as Senior Associate Dean for Educational Affairs, and to be the Grand Marshal for this, the 141st commencement ceremony of the University of Illinois College of Medicine. This commencement brings together members of the University of Illinois Chicago family, students, college administration, faculty and staff, relatives, alumni, and friends. Before we begin today's ceremony, to ensure that everyone enjoys this meaningful event, please take a moment now to turn off or mute any electronic devices that may detract from the ceremony. Thank you. This year, the University of Illinois College of Medicine is graduating from all of its various degree programs, a total of 338 students. 277 have met all the requirements of the MD degree program and constitute one of the largest graduating medical school classes in the United States. The class of 2023 includes 162 who have completed the MD degree in Chicago, 57 in Peoria, and 58 in Rockford. These newly minted physicians will now be continuing their professional training in one of 28 medical specialties across 32 states, including the District of Columbia. They will someday be your doctors and mine. 110 of those graduating here today are entering residency programs in Illinois, and we hope and know from experience that many of those who matched into programs in other states will find their way back to Illinois. The college can proudly claim that 1 in 5 physicians currently practicing in the state received their MD degree here, and over 40% completed some portion of their student or residency training in our programs. We are also presenting 41 Doctor of Philosophy degree candidates and 20 Master degree candidates, Master of Science in Anatomy and Cell Biology, Master of Science in Physiology and Biophysics, Master of Science in Patient Safety Leadership, and Master of Science in Clinical and Translational Science. These candidates have distinguished themselves through their outstanding scholarship and original research. Their training has prepared them for leadership roles in education and research across a variety of positions in universities, medical centers, industries, and government. You, the family and friends of these graduates, have every reason to be very, very proud of them. So now, I will formally open the 141st commencement ceremony of the University of Illinois College of Medicine as we welcome the leadership of the university and college, our faculty, and our students into the Credit One arena. Dr. Mark Rosenblatt, the Executive Dean of the College of Medicine, please escort the platform party, officers of the university, and other distinguished guests to the platform. They are led by Mark Rosenblatt, the Executive Dean of the College of Medicine, Executive Vice President and Vice President for Academic Affairs of the University of Illinois System, Nicholas Jones, the Interim Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago, Dr. Javier Reyes, Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs, Robert Barish, the Acting Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Karen Colley, Vice Chancellor for Research, Joanna Groden, the Assistant Vice Chancellor of Health Sciences for Academic Affairs Administration, Michelle Mariscalco, Chief Executive Officer of the University of Illinois Hospital and Clinics, Michael Zen, Regional Dean of the Chicago Medicine's Peoria campus, Meenakshi Iyer, the faculty hooder selected by the class of 2023, Dr. Fred Czar, our distinguished commencement speaker, Louis Wade Sullivan, who is escorted by Dean Gloria Elam, and alumni representatives William Comm and Stephen Comm. Senior Associate Dean Kathleen Kashima, please escort the college deans to the platform. I now present to you Our distinguished faculty, led by our deans, Dean Beller Prabhakar, Dean Heather Hyman, Dean Claudia Laura, Dean Jay Noreen, Dean Era Tekian, Dean Heather Prendergast, Dean Todd Van Eck, Dean Michelle Barnes, Dean Ron Gaba, Dean Nicholas Kane, Dean Kia Hobbs, Dean Amy Lim, Dean Vanessa Peoples, and Dean Richard Stringham, followed by directors of our academic programs, co-director of the GEMS PhD program, Kamal Sharma, co-director of the GEMS PhD program, Larissa Nan, and the two co-directors of the medical scientist training program, Alu Ajalori and Dawa Darbar. Next, Dr. Mamouna Hasnain, Associate Dean for Faculty Development and a Faculty Marshal. Please lead the department heads, to be followed by their respective faculty. Simon Alford, Head of Anatomy and Cell Biology. Nicole Thompson, representing the Department of Anesthesiology. Jalise Raymond, Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Midori Kochi, representing the Department of Bioengineering. Maria Tsukas, Dermatology. Masahito Jimbo, Family Medicine. Terry Vandenhoek, Emergency Medicine. Jeffrey Jacobson, Internal Medicine. Yoon-Soo Park, representing the Department of Medical Education. Susan Ross, Microbiology and Immunology. Jeffrey Loeb, Neurology. Fadi Charbel, Neurosurgery. Catalin Buhumshi, Obstetrics and Gynecology. R.V. Paul Chen, Ophthalmology and Visual Sciences. Dr. Alfonso Mejia, representing the Department of Orthopedic Surgery. Sally Campbell-Lee, Pathology. Deanne Pillars, representing the Department of Pediatrics. Richard Minshaw, representing the Department of Pharmacology and Regenerative Medicine. Jan Kadejewski, representing the head of the Department of Physiology and Biophysics and the head of the UIC Cancer Center. Dr. Anand Kumar, Psychiatry. Charles Ray, Radiology. Enrico Benedetti, Surgery. And Daniel Garvey, representing the Department of Urology. I will next acknowledge the faculty hooders for the PhD students. Michael Carithers, Judith Benson, Subhash Pandey, Donna McDuff, Michael Federley, Dr. Orly Lazaroff, Nancy Freitag, Dr. Aaron Barbie, Konstantin Pacini, Leon Tai, and Andreas Kozloukas. And our faculty physician house advisors for the class of 2023, Dr. Aaron Hickey, the Jose Choca House, Dr. Matthew Whithouse, the Rivers Frederick House, Dr. Mahesh Patel, the Isabella Garnett House, Dr. Anna Morrow, the Arno Moltulski House, Dr. Anna Lapowska, Julius Richmond House, and Dr. Priyanka Gokhale, the David Sackett House. And now as the rest of the faculty process in to take their seats, you may notice that in addition to their academic regalia, many of our faculty members and deans are wearing medallions around their necks. These faculty members have been recognized by the College of Medicine and invested in named professorships or chairs. This recognition acknowledges the leadership of these professors in their fields and their commitment to excellence in educating medical students, conducting forward-thinking translational research, and providing accessible and inclusive care to their patients. These faculty are considered members of the College of Medicine Robert and Mary Sweeney Faculty Excellence Society. The late Raymond Nestor Sweeney, MD, class of 1968, attributed his success as a radiologist to the excellent education he received at the College of Medicine. In gratitude, he left his alma mater one of the largest estate gifts in university history, which was used to establish an endowment to support excellence in all its forms, at the college. It's wonderful to see so many faculty decked out and processing today. Let me add a few more words about our academic regalia as the faculty continue to process. These academic gowns and hoods originated in 12th and 13th century Europe and were worn initially to keep scholars warm in the drafty, cold university buildings. The hood may have been worn over the head or at times carried as a bag for alms. In modern times, the academic regalia are reserved for festive academic ceremonies such as this. Our hoods have distinctive colors and linings that identify the field studied, the level of degree, and the institution awarding the degree. Our MD graduates, for example, will be given a green hood representing the profession of medicine and trimmed in blue and red for the University of Illinois at Chicago. You'll also notice the use of stoles of various colors draped around the neck. For physicians, these represent our clinical discipline, and for each graduate, they will wear a stole indicative of the type of residency they will be beginning next month. Those who have been part of the Urban Health Program, the Hispanic Center of Excellence, and other unique programs of the college will also be wearing distinctive stoles today. Now, if I could have the audience stand if you are able. It is time to welcome the University of Illinois College of Medicine at Chicago candidates from the class of 2023. We begin with the master's degree, doctor of philosophy degree, and joint MD PhD program candidates led by the acting dean of the UIC Graduate College, Dr. Jonathan Art. And next, I'm pleased to present the Doctor of Medicine candidates, led by Associate Dean for Medical Education, Amanda Osta, and Assistant Dean for Advising and Career Planning, Claudia Boucher-Berry. What a beautiful sight. Now, if you would please remain standing, if you're able, and join in the singing of our national anthem, led by members of the class of 2023 and current MD students, Nirali Chahan, Martina Dolan, Ben Hewitt, Deepika Khanna, Humsa Kazi, and Angeline Rivkin.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much. Now, in the spirit of healing and building a better community, I would like to take just a moment to acknowledge that UIC resides on the traditional territories of the three fire peoples, the Ojibwe, the Odawa, and Potawatomi. This area was also a site of trading, gathering, and healing for more than a dozen other native tribes. What's more, the state of Illinois is currently home to more than 75,000 tribal members, such that the Chicagoland area is currently one of the largest and most diverse urban native communities in the United States. We recognize that indigenous peoples are the traditional stewards of the land we now occupy, living here long before Chicago was a city and still thriving here today. So as we work together today on these territories, we must remember our responsibility, especially as a land-grant university, an Asian American and Native American Pacific Islander serving institution, a Hispanic serving institution, and a minority serving institution, to find ways to right the historic wrongs of colonization and state violence, to build bridges with and support indigenous community struggles for self-determination and sovereignty. Thank you, and please be seated. And thank you also for joining us in this recognition. I now have the pleasure of introducing Interim Chancellor Javier Reyes. Dr. Reyes is the leader of Chicago's largest and only R1 public research university, R1 being the designation for universities with the highest level of research activities. Dr. Reyes has been committed to expanding on UIC's inclusive campus culture, pioneering spirit, and realizing the university's vision to transform lives by eliminating disparities in economic opportunity, health, and education. Prior to his appointment as interim chancellor, Dr. Reyes was provost and vice chancellor for academic affairs at UIC beginning in August 2021. In this role, he served as UIC's Chief Academic Officer, advising on matters of academic policy, strategic direction, enrollment management, and academic resource planning. Recently, Dr. Reyes was appointed Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts Amherst, where he will soon leave us to take his strong commitment to the principles of diversity, equity, and inclusion in support of a brighter future for everyone across the university community and society to that institution. Dr. Reyes received his bachelor's degree in economics from Monterey Tech and his doctorate in economics from Texas A&M University. Please welcome Chancellor Reyes.
Thank you very much. I just want to start by saying what a tremendous honor it is to be in front of all of you, to welcome you to this commencement ceremony, to be the first one to congratulate our graduates and those present with you today that supported you throughout this journey. But I also like to break a little bit of the ice here. This is definitely a ceremony that requires a lot of pomp and circumstance, but if we don't unbottle the energy that we all have right now with us, this is going to blow up later. So why don't we do that now? And really, please, everyone in the audience, if you can help me congratulate and get loud, show these graduates how much you are honored by them. So please, come on, go loud, loud. You can do better than that. Come on. Let it all out. You've been waiting for this moment for years. There you go. Very good. Thank you. Thank you very, very, very much. I know how much you want to bottle that energy of joy that you have just excel and be able to take it with you, because days like this don't happen very often, especially when it comes to medicine. We know how much work goes into those degrees, into this profession, and we are really, really, really proud of what we see here today. All of you graduates are, as you know, and you've heard many times, the University of Illinois Chicago, the College of Medicine, is one of the most diverse colleges in the country, one of the most diverse universities in the country. But to be honest, one of the things that counts the most is that it's a social justice-focused university, and you are an example of what that means with everything you do. You will always put your patients first and those that need you the most. Thank you. You have worked hard, you have fulfilled the commitment you made when you began this journey, and you have reached this day having faced many challenges, more than many generations who came before you. As you know, throughout your time here and with your degrees, the world stopped. The world stopped for about 3 years, except in one area, medicine. I don't know if you will hear this or you have heard this enough of, but I am one that will say it again and again. We are eternally grateful for what all of you students, all of you faculty, all of you doctors did while we were undergoing through this pandemic. Everybody else stopped, you did not. Thank you. And I want to also say that it applies differently to a College of Medicine, but I've said it before and I say it again. On that March of 2020, the world stopped, but you didn't. But there was a set of faculty, a set of people who were thinking, how do we keep this going? These students need to graduate. They need to make progress towards graduation. They need to be able to continue to their degrees. They need to continue with their lives. They have to do it with the same level of excellence, and they have to do it in the same amount of time as before. We cannot change that. And your faculty took that step very seriously, took that task very seriously. Their commitment to you to ensure that you still meet all the credentials, all the certifications, all the training, all the exams, everything you have to go through to be able to get through your degree, they committed to do it, and they did it. Because of them, you're here today, and I would like, graduates, if you could help me thank the faculty. I would like to say, like I said, I welcome everyone who supported you here today, but I want you to really take a moment. Take a moment to look to your left, your right, behind you, and see that person, that other graduate there sitting by you. I'm sure that there was a point in time as you were going through through your school years here that you had doubts. You were having a bad day, you had just had a bad exam, had a bad shift, you were really not feeling the best, but there was someone right there. In many cases, a classmate, in many cases, someone that was in your house that said, hey, I can help you, and gave you that extra push. But there's also a set that is sitting around you right now, a set of people that were at a text distance, in that phone call, in that email, in that going to dinner back home, that they supported you, your siblings, your parents, your spouses, your partners, uncles, aunts, grandparents, who were there, friends from high school, friends from K through 12, that they're maybe here with you. And I would like to ask the graduates to please stand and give each and one of these individuals a standing ovation and an applause, round of applause. You can do better, graduates, I'm telling you. Come on. They've been with you in and out, day in, day out. So thank you for all your support for our graduates. Truly appreciate it. Thank you. Now, I will leave you very shortly because this is a long ceremony and I want to get out of the way as soon as I can because you have better speakers than me to give you the words of wisdom they're going to give you. But yesterday was the Star Wars days and I'm a big Star Wars fan. So I'm just going to leave you with one quote that I used yesterday and then the one that I used today. And the one that I used yesterday was from Master Yoda, who said, do or do not, there is no try. And that is something that I expect from each and one of you to continue to do. That you will do, you will not just try. You will commit, just like you committed just now to finish this degree and to take that next chapter in your career, in your life. Go do, don't just try. And for those who are more Mandalorian type of fans, yes, this is the way. This is the way you're going to do this because you are a UIC flame. You represent the very best of UIC, the very best of the College of Medicine, and you carry a great responsibility. Just like I carry mine, in which, as you heard, that I'm going to be moving to the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. But what I learned from UIC, what I learned from each and one of you, this faculty, this administration, this campus, this city, to make sure that we have an eye and a heart for social justice, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and make sure that we give access to education and healthcare to those that can't get it on their own, the ones that may not be the most benefited, the ones that face financial challenges. I take that with me, and I know you'll take that with you. Just like I do, I'm going to make sure that UIC continues to be proud of what I'm doing because I know that I keep representing this university wherever I go, and you do too. Don't ever forget that. You are a UIC flame. You are someone that we will look upon. Come back and help us guide the next generation. Make sure that you don't forget to tell us where you're going, and you have our best wishes. You have our confidence that you will go far. And I know, I always say this, and I think many in the medical profession understand it better than most. Don't ever leave your personality at the door. Always wear it with you. Don't try to be somebody else. And as such, I always say this, even though people may sometimes say, well, why is he saying? Well, some say you may go to infinity and beyond. Some say you will go to a galaxy far, far away. Some say you will go where no person has gone before. Some say you will go into the multiverse. Wherever you go, I know you will shine as flames shine. You will shine bright, and I know you will be lighting the way for those that come after you. Congratulations, class of 2023. We're extremely proud of all of you.
Thank you, Chancellor Reyes. You've just given us another reminder of why we're going to miss you. It's now my pleasure to welcome UIC's Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs, Dr. Robert Barish. Dr. Barish, a distinguished physician and academic leader, dedicated to the pursuit of health equity, oversees UIC's 7 health science colleges, including campuses in Chicago, Peoria, the Quad Cities, Springfield, Rockford, and Urbana. Dr. Barish also leads the University of Illinois Hospital and Health Sciences System, which we know as UI Health, a clinical enterprise that includes our 455-bed tertiary care hospital, with which you're very familiar, more than 40 outpatient clinics, including 13 Mile Square Health Center locations, and which are all federally qualified health centers managed by the university. In 2019, Dr. Barish received the William Cullen Bryant Award, the highest award from his medical alma mater, the New York Medical College. He has served as the chair of the board of the Association of Academic Health Centers since 2020, and most recently, in 2022, was appointed to the board of directors for the Association of American Medical Colleges. Please join me in welcoming to the podium Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs, Dr. Robert Barish.
Thank you. Thank you, Dean Curry. Well, I just have to start out and say, 44 years ago, I was sitting where you're sitting today. So this is what you have to look at 44 years from now. You may look like me. Anyway, so thank you, Chancellor Reyes, and all the distinguished leadership gathered today across the university and the College of Medicine community. Special thank you to Dr. Lewis Sullivan. Lou, thank you for being here. You're going to hear from one of the legends of medicine. And I'd also like to thank our CEO, Mike Zen, of the University of Illinois Hospital and Clinics, for being here today. Mike, thanks for all that you do as well. So welcome to the families, the partners, the friends, faculty, and supporters of our outstanding graduates. It's our pleasure to welcome each of you to the campus for this celebration of the next generation of graduates from the University of Illinois College of Medicine. Today, we also welcome everyone unable to be here today who are watching the ceremony online via the live stream. And most importantly, congratulations to the class of 2023. It's an absolute pleasure and honor to come together in person to celebrate your accomplishments today. Each of you have met rigorous requirements and learned from the formidable training of our distinguished faculty to take your place among our graduates. You've worked diligently to earn your degrees and all the benefits and opportunities that come with successful completion of your studies. Through hard work, you fulfilled the commitment you made when you began this journey and reached this day having faced many challenges. Your class was most deeply impacted by the evolving environment of the COVID-19 pandemic and the social justice movement. During this time, you certainly learned about the important role that physicians, researchers, and health professionals play in helping to support our communities. Indeed, the College of Medicine class of 2023 is certain to remember your years of medical school for your entire lives. I am certain that you have learned and grown into your role as healthcare leaders for the future. I hope that each of you will take this learning with you throughout your career as you aim to provide compassionate care and impact the health and wellness of our communities near and far. As the Vice Chancellor for Health Affairs, it's become evident to me that this class of dedicated and talented individuals will continue into successful careers as clinicians, researchers, and innovators. This moment marks yet another beginning in your journey. Indeed, we are confident your education and training at UIC have prepared you for what lies ahead. The graduates of the class of 2023 will be like few others. You will be cited, you will be quoted, and interviewed about your experiences for generations to come. Beyond the disciplines to which you applied yourselves over the course of your studies at UIC, there are lessons that are unique to your class. So as you begin this next chapter in your career, I encourage you to look forward with curiosity and excitement to what lies ahead in your future. Use the sense of initiative and excitement that was fostered at UIC to innovate and establish new paths for those who are following your footsteps. As UIC's newest graduates, each of you will now pick up the mantle of responsibility from those who have preceded you. And when you walk out these doors, please remember to return. We want to hear about your accomplishments. We want you to remain part of the UIC growing family. So once again, I'm incredibly proud of all of you on behalf of the entire UIC community. I know we are eager to see what you will do as you forge a new beginning in your careers ahead. Congratulations to the class of 2023.
And now I will introduce and then relinquish the podium to our Dean, Dr. Mark Rosenblatt, to deliver his welcome. Dr. Rosenblatt was appointed as Executive Dean of the College of Medicine in 2019. He additionally serves as the Illinois Lions Charles I. Young Chair in Ocular Research and as Associate Vice Chancellor for Physician Affairs at the University of Illinois, Chicago. He previously served as the head of the Department of Ophthalmology and Visual Sciences and as the director of our Medical Scientist Training Program. Dr. Rosenblatt is an internationally recognized clinician scientist. As director of the Corneal Regenerative Medicine Laboratory, he leads a group of scientists investigating the mechanisms of corneal peripheral nerve regeneration following injury and the use of nano-engineered biomaterials for use in stem cell delivery to the ocular surface. His work has been funded by the National Institutes of Health, the Department of Defense, Research to Prevent Blindness, the Falk Family Foundation, and the Tri-Institutional Stem Cell Initiative. Dr. Rosenblatt is a graduate of the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine's Honors Program and the combined MD-PH program also at that institution. He completed his ophthalmology residency and a combined clinical and research fellowship in corneal disease at the Massachusetts Eye and Ear Infirmary at Harvard Medical School and served as vice chair of ophthalmology prior to his arrival at the University of College of Medicine. Please join me in welcoming Dean Mark Rosenblatt.
Thank you, Dean Curry. And thank you, Chancellor Reyes, Vice Chancellor Barish, and Dean Curry for your very kind remarks to our graduating students. It's an honor to have you and Executive Vice President Jones with us here today to celebrate this wonderful occasion with our College of Medicine community. Let me first begin with the most important order of business, which is to congratulate the College of Medicine class of 2023. I know the Chancellor has warmed you up, the audience, but let's please give them a round of applause. For the graduates, today marks the beginning of your careers as proud alumni of the University of Illinois College of Medicine, one of the premier medical schools in the nation. This is a special day and a proud achievement, and you should feel proud. Soon, you will begin your careers as physicians or biomedical scientists. Your careers will take you into challenging residencies, demanding postgraduate programs, or new career positions. I'm confident that the foundation in science, medicine, and service to the community that you've received at this college has prepared you for the continued future achievements. I know that each of you has worked diligently to reach this day, and you should take great satisfaction in your accomplishments. As your careers advance, you will continue to contribute to the body of scientific knowledge, promoting our tradition of lifetime learning, which continues to be a cornerstone of the educational mission of our college. Not only will you excel in the chosen field of specialization, but you will also assume leadership positions and take great pleasure in mastering new skills, applying novel ideas, and solving complex clinical and research problems. For those of you who will be graduating with an advanced degree in the biomedical sciences, you will understand that being a part of the scientific community and its dedication to discovery and innovation will lead to a lifetime of learning and a long and rich career. For those of you who are graduating with a doctoral degree in medicine, you will discover that becoming a physician means committing to a lifetime of service and dedication to your profession, initially in your residency and fellowship, and later in your successful practices. I was honored to share in the joy of your recent Match Day celebration, where many of you realized the dream of matching to outstanding institutions all across the country, as well as here in Illinois. Today is a culmination of years of tests, long hours of studying, and countless sleepless nights. This was all made possible, and tolerable perhaps, thanks to the support of many of you in the audience, parents, spouses, relatives, friends, and mentors. On behalf of all of our graduates, please accept our sincerest thanks. Let's give them a round of applause as well. To the 2023 graduating class, I conclude by saying you represent the finest examples of the college's mission to enhance the health of those in your care. It is my sincere hope that you will forever apply what you have experienced as students of our College of Medicine, passion in your pursuits, compassion for and dedication service to your patients, and excellence in every aspect of your lives. Congratulations. It's now my pleasure to provide some awards to very important people in our college. The first is the Dean's Distinguished Service Award, which goes to 2 recipients this year. This award is presented to individuals who, through selfless efforts, are instrumental in advocating the tripartite missions of education, research, and clinical care. The first recipient this year is Dr. Donald A. Chambers. Dr. Chambers is being recognized for his outstanding leadership and service to the University of Illinois College of Medicine as Director of the Medical Scholars Program and previously as head of the Department of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. He is an eminent scientist who has really contributed to our understanding of the underpinnings of biology. Dr. Chambers also served as founding director of the Center for Molecular Biology of Oral Diseases and is professor of physiology and biophysics, biochemistry, and molecular genetics, as well as medical education. Congratulations to Dr. Chambers. Our second recipient this year is Dr. Jorge Cavero. Dr. Cavero has been selected to receive the Dean's Distinguished Service Award in recognition of his outstanding service to the University of Illinois College of Medicine as a physician leader in underserved areas of the city of Chicago and the greater Chicago region. He serves as a member of the Hispanic Center of Excellence and provides valued counsel to many students, residents, faculty, and administrators of the College of Medicine and the University of Illinois Chicago. He's been instrumental in bringing forward a remarkable new space for specialty care at 55th and Pulaski, and this couldn't have happened without his tremendous work. Thank you, Dr. Cavero. Next, I would like to honor this year's recipient of the Dean's Award for Excellence in Healthcare Leadership. This award honors individuals who have shown exemplary commitment to advancing the mission of the University of Illinois College of Medicine through our guiding principles of collaboration, diversity, innovation, integrity, and excellence. This year's recipient is Mr. Henry Taylor, who serves as President and Chief Executive Officer of the UI Health Miles Square Health Center. Mr. Taylor advocates on a national and state and local level for the rights of individual patients and actively lobbies for increased access to health care for underserved families. He is a remarkable national leader and has made such a difference in our communities and our College of Medicine, with whom he collaborates so closely. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank a previous awardee of this Healthcare Leadership Award, Mr. Michael Zen. Mike Zen is the CEO of the University of Illinois Hospitals and Clinics. He is stepping into a new role, a strategic role in the health system, but I very much want to thank him. Through Mike's intellect, hard work, and compassion, he has brought our hospital to new heights and has been a remarkable collaborator for our college. Many of you have trained in our college, in our hospital, led by Mr. Zen. Thank you, Mike. I would now like to honor the recipient of the Distinguished Faculty Award. This award recognizes outstanding achievements in multiple aspects of our missions, including teaching, research, clinical work, and leadership. This award is selected by our faculty. And this year's recipient is Dr. Subhash Pandey. Dr. Pandey is the Joseph A. Flaherty, MD, Endowed Professor of Psychiatry, serves as Director of the NIH-NIAA-funded Center for Alcohol Research and Epigenetics, and directs neuroscience, alcoholism research in the Department of Psychiatry. In addition, he is a senior VA career scientist at the Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. Dr. Pandey was selected for this honor in recognition of his global reputation as an authority in the neurobiology of alcohol abuse and alcohol use disorders. He has made substantial and original contributions to his field. His work is considered seminal and cutting edge. In addition, Dr. Pandey has an exemplary record as an inspiring mentor and teacher to faculty, colleagues, and trainees. Dr. Pandey is considered a star in the world of molecular and behavioral neurosciences, and his research has brought international recognition to our neuroscience programs. Congratulations to Dr. Pandey. Finally, I would like to recognize and honor the co-recipients of the College of Medicine Faculty of the Year Award. This award recognizes outstanding achievements in multiple aspects of our missions, including teaching, research, clinical work, and leadership. This recipient's co-recipients are Dr. Peter S. Bennett and Dr. Lisa Suarez. Dr. Bennett is an associate professor of clinical psychology in the Department of Psychiatry, and Dr. Suarez is an associate professor of clinical psychiatry and director of the Pediatric Stress and Anxiety Disorders Clinic within the department. Dr. Bennett and Dr. Suarez jointly direct the federally funded Urban Youth Trauma Center, and it's for their combined leadership in this center that they're being recognized as this year's College of Medicine Faculty of the Year. They have dedicated their faculty efforts towards working on youth trauma and developing training and clinical programs designed to reduce urban violence and trauma in underserved communities. Their outstanding contributions are mission-centric to the university and focus on some of the most important challenges facing our society today. Congratulations to Dr. Bennett and Dr. Suarez. Now I would like to ask Associate Dean of Medical Education, Dr. Amanda Osta, to come forward to recognize the Class of 2023 Golden Apple recipients and present the William J. Grove Outstanding Student Award. Dr. Osta.
Thank you, Dean Rosenblatt. Before presenting our highest student award, for the class of 2023, I would like to recognize this year's Golden Apple Award recipients. I would now like Dr. Ann Pollack, Dr. Claudia Lara, Dr. Sean Blitzstein, and Dr. Chris Fernandez to please rise and stand to be recognized, having been selected by the class of 2023 for their outstanding teaching. Congratulations. I am now very pleased to present the William J. Grove Outstanding Student Award for 2023. The recipient of the award is selected by a committee of the faculty based on the qualities exemplified by Dr. Grove, the combination of intelligence and skills with excellence in academic achievement, high level of involvement in medical school, a commitment to the medical community, altruistic pursuits, and leadership qualities. I now invite Joseph R. Gertie to please come forward to the center stage as this year's Grove recipient. Please join me in congratulating Joe Gertie. Joe has distinguished himself as an outstanding student inside and outside the classroom. He is graduating today with both an MD and a PhD in neuroscience. He achieved two of our highest honors, induction into the Alpha Omega Alpha Honor Society, having placed in the top 20% of the entire graduating class, and to the Gold Humanism National Honor Society, which recognizes medical students who practice humanistic patient care and serve as role models, mentors, and leaders in medicine. Joe has also served as a leader within the College of Medicine and nationally. He was the president and vice president of the Chicago Medical Student Council, head of the Student Curricular Board, and served on the National Board of Medical Examiners Advisory for medical school programs. In addition, he has multiple first author publications, both in neuroscience and in medical education. Dean Rosenblatt, please come forward to present Joe Gertie with the Grove Award.
So it is absolutely my honor to introduce Dr. Lewis Wade Sullivan, a former Secretary of the United States Department of Health and Human Services and founding dean of the School of Medicine at Morehouse College. It's not often you actually get to present someone who has created history, important history that has affected our nation and health equity in our country. Dr. Sullivan was born in 1933 and grew up in rural Georgia. He matriculated at Morehouse College in Atlanta, graduating in 1954 with a BS in pre-medical programs. Dr. Sullivan earned his medical degree from Boston University School of Medicine, entering as the only African American in his class and graduating third in his class in 1958. Following medical school, Dr. Sullivan trained at New York Hospital Cornell Medical Center. In the mid-1970s, Dr. Sullivan returned to Morehouse, where he helped establish the Morehouse School of Medicine and was appointed founding dean. In 1989, under President George H.W. Bush, Dr. Sullivan was appointed U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, making him only the second African American to serve in this role. After his tenure as Secretary of Health and Human Services, Dr. Sullivan returned to Morehouse School of Medicine to serve as its two-time dean and president from 1993 to 2002. Additionally, Dr. Sullivan was co-chair of the President's Commission on HIV and AIDS from 2001 to 2006, and chairman of the President's Commission on Historically Black Colleges and Universities from 2002 to 2009. Currently, he is the chairman and founder of the Sullivan Alliance to Transform the Health Professions and president emeritus of the Morehouse School of Medicine. Please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Lewis Wade Sullivan.
Dean Rosenblatt, Vice Chancellor Barish, other distinguished guests, to the parents, relatives of today's graduating class, please join me in congratulating the class of 2003. You're about to begin on an exciting venture in your life. You're fortunate to have the opportunity to develop the skills to serve your fellow man in ways that so many others cannot. This will be a challenging as well as a rewarding venture. I encourage you to look forward and embrace it fully, because the degree to which you do, you will result in a fulfilled and accomplished life. You will have no regrets. Our society over the past 100 years has seen the investment of ideas, of time, work, and of financial resources to improve our knowledge of human biology, as well as health and disease. During the 20th century, we eliminated malaria from the United States. We eliminated smallpox from the world. We are close to eliminating polio from the globe. We've also witnessed the successful introduction of antibiotics in the 20th century to combat diseases caused by bacteria, and we developed vaccines to prevent viral diseases, many of them. We developed public health measures to promote the health of our citizens, to see that we have safe drinking water and healthy food, so we could reduce illness and injury from a variety of causes. In the past few decades, research on the human genome has presented to us the possibility of treating and possibly curing genetic diseases such as sickle cell anemia, cystic fibrosis, and other inherited disorders. Therapies for heart disease, for cancer, for diabetes, and for many other conditions have been developed over the past few decades. Because of these advances in medicine and in public health, the average life expectancy for Americans improved from 47 years in 1900 to some 80 years today. We've had a little regression because of the COVID vaccine, but that is flattening out, and I'm sure the onward march will continue. In spite of some declines in average life expectancy in recent years, we are living longer, healthier lives than did our grandparents. In spite of these remarkable advances, there's still much to do, much that would improve our lives even more. That is where you come in. Infant mortality, maternal mortality in America are too high, significantly higher than other Western nations. This is a paradox, because our nation has led the scientific revolution of the 20th century, but in delivering those scientific advances to our population, we're not doing as well as we should. Other countries are doing better, and we see the result of that. In the United States, we're still challenged by the lingering negative consequences of our unfortunate history of 245 years of slavery, followed by 159 years of segregation, discrimination, and individual opportunity. Those effects are still lingering with us today. The health consequences result in a 5-year gap in life expectancy between whites on the one hand and blacks on the other. And as we look around our cities, I'm sure in Chicago we'll find the parallel. In my city of Atlanta, there's a much life expectancy difference between the affluent Buckhead section of Atlanta and the poverty-stricken west side of Atlanta, life expectancy difference of 13 years in the same metropolitan area. So our delivery of these services and our ability to educate our citizens so they are health literate and they utilize services effectively, we're lacking there. That is a challenge, class of 2003, for you to eliminate that discrepancy so you have much that you can accomplish. This is the unfinished business of our society. This is where we need your help. We need you to be successful where we have not been successful. We look to you to eliminate the remaining gaps in health status. Gaps not only between whites and blacks, but between whites and Native Americans, as well as Hispanic populations and others who've been marginalized in our society. The founding of this nation was on high principles to become a nation where all men are created equal, with equal rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. High-sounding principles. We have never reached those, but we're moving towards them. It is your responsibility and your challenge to help us as a nation become that more perfect union. This is a challenge for all of us, whether we are white, black, Hispanic, Native American, or others, because we can achieve it, but it is a matter of our principles, our ethics, our commitment, and our humanity. The achievement rests with you and those who will come with you. In spite of improving our health insurance by the enactment of the Affordable Care Act in 2010, millions of Americans still are uninsured or underinsured. We've not invested sufficiently in supporting a strong public health system. We've seen that with the COVID pandemic. We need to improve the health literacy of our citizens and be better in promoting healthy lifestyles. This is a marathon and not a sprint. The Surgeon General's report that reported that tobacco use resulted in lung cancer and shortened life expectancies was 1964. 47% of Americans smoked at that time. Many hundreds of studies have expanded on that since then. We've improved, but we still have some 10 to 12% of our population still using tobacco, which causes innumerable deaths, some 400,000 deaths in our country every year. We can do better than that, and we must do better than that. We have achieved some remarkable scientific and medical advances in the 20th century, but we have experienced a remarkable decline of our citizens' trust in the health system, in their trust in our health professionals for a variety of reasons. And that has not been helped by what I consider mistaken national leadership that has caused confusion, chaos, and conflict. We need to be worthy of unifying as one nation and appreciating the value of each of us. So, class of 2023, we look to you for your leadership, you to help our country and the world's population become healthier and more secure, mentally, physically, politically, socially, and economically. These are significant goals. They are awesome challenges, but they are challenges that you can meet and meet successfully. It is crucial for you and for our society that you respond to these goals. We're looking to you for your leadership, for your commitment, and for your victories, because they will be victories for all of us. Every day counts. Every minute counts. Use your minutes wisely. Use them productively. For if you do, the result will be a better world for us all. Our nation, following World War II, assumed a position of leadership where we were respected and admired and envied around the world. We've lost a little of that luster recently, but it can be restored. It will be restored by your humane, compassionate, productive actions. So let me end by saying the result of your activities will be a better world, and you will be pleased and grateful for the opportunity that you have been given today to rise to these challenges, to represent that we will be one nation under God with individual liberty for all. Congratulations to you, class of 2023, to your family, and to this institution that has provided the beginning of your professional career. We wish for you much success in the fulfillment of your dreams. For the fulfillment of your dreams will also be the fulfillment of our dreams. Thank you.
Dr. Sullivan, thank you so much. We appreciate the wisdom of your comments, but even more, we appreciate your contributions to our profession and our nation. Thank you. Now we enter the part of the ceremony where we confer the Master and Doctor of Philosophy degrees and bestow upon these graduates a hood that symbolizes that degree. I now invite the Acting Dean of the Graduate College, Dr. Jonathan Art, and Chancellor Reyes to please come to the podiums for conferral of these degrees.
Now I invite the candidates for the master's degrees, including the Master of Science in Anatomy and Cell Biology, Master of Science in Physiology and Biophysics, Master of Science in Patient Safety Leadership, Master of Science in Clinical and Translational Science, and for the Doctor of Philosophy, to please stand. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present the candidates for the Master's of Science and Doctor of Philosophy degree.
Well, I wish I could find my part, but it's not here.
This is the place where you actually
But it's
give
okay.
it.
I think I know by. Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree of which you have been presented and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that degree. Congratulations to you.
Now, will the new master's degrees and Doctor of Philosophy degree graduates please come forward to receive your hoods? I now ask Dr. Kamal Sharma to please come to the podium to read their names.
Jasmine Estelle Arrington. Sofia Ramos de la Cruz. Hussein Hussam Hasnain. Emma Louis Herzog. Quinn J. Landock. Abigail Jane Miller. Sukhmeet Seki Sadwal. Suleiman Sheikh. Sinai Valdez. Nisha Watanayut. Jeremy M. Bingen for his thesis on monocyte macrophages biomarkers of multiple sclerosis in underrepresented minority populations. Rico Kleinstein-Cheniak for thesis titled Mediating Alterity Transitive Indianness in U.S. Non-Normative Medicine. Jason R. Devlin for the thesis, The Role of Chitinase and Fungal Siderophores in Salmonella enterica cerevisiae typhimurium infection, read by Dr. Judith Benson. Russell Scott Dulman, A Tale of Two CBs, Epigenetics and Ethanol in Cerebellar Ataxia and Forebrain Cannabinoid System, read by Dr. Subhash Pandey. Osama Mohammad Al-Sayed, The Impact of Oakland Sugar-Sweetened Beverage Tax on Alternatives and Price Promotions, read by Dr. Dawood Darbar. Joseph Ryan Gigrati, Association of Neuroinflammation with Electroencephalographic Consequences of Subarachnoid Hemorrhage, read by Dr. Jeff Loeb. Alison Wing-Zi Ha, Aberrant Autotoxin Lysophosphatidic acid signaling in the pathogenesis of bronchopulmonary dysplasia, read by Dr. John Art. Victoria Louis Hartley, investigating the role of HOL1 in controlling Citrobacter rodentium infection, read by Dr. Donna McDuff. Eugenia Evanitsakya, Function and Structure of Damaged and Regenerating Corneal Cold-Sensitive Nerves, read by Dr. Mark Rosenblatt. Dara Kiani, Proteus mirabilis utilizes a contact-dependent killing system to eliminate competitor species, read by Dr. Judith Benson. Grace Soyeon Kim, Characterization of DNA methylation and gene expression profiles in post-traumatic stress disorder, read by Dr. John Art. Matthew Landert Klengen, Chloride intracellular channel click proteins regulate endothelial G protein coupled receptor signaling, read by Dr. Jan Kitowski. Irina Laktovich, Uncovering the Hidden Proteome of Streptococcus pneumoniae D39, read by Dr. Michael Federley. Cutler Thomas Lewandowski, Non-lipogenic ABCA1 inducers for type 2 diabetes and Alzheimer's disease, read by Dr. Dawood Darbar. Giomeri Alejandro Navarreto, Characterization of Listeria monocytogenes, operon required for stress resistance and virulence, read by Dr. Nancy Freitag. Joaquin Operskalski, The Neural System Supporting Human Intelligence as Measured by Lesion Analysis task activation, and resting state connectivity, hooded by Dr. Aaron Barbary. Na-Yoon Peck, strategies utilizing notch signaling for regenerative potential of the circulatory system, hooded by Dr. Konstantin Pencini. Anupama Krishna Pupala, architecture of the terminal complex of selenocysteine synthesis in humans, hooded by Dr. Jonathan Ard. Kate Rabari, Streptococcus pyogenes use quorum sensing to attenuate innate immune signaling, hooded by Dr. Michael Federley. Sarah Scheinman, evaluating the role of ApoE genotype in modulating hippocampal angiotensin type 1 receptor activity, hooded by Dr. Leon Tai. Ashutosh Uday Shetty, the role of caveolin-1 in insulin impairments in type 2 diabetes, implications for Alzheimer's disease, hooded by Dr. Orly Lazarov. Michael Goy-Soon, optical coherence elastography for the evaluation of corneal biomechanics, hooded by Dr. Mark Rosenblatt. Juan E. Maldonado Wang, the effects of age, ApoE genotype, and sex on the gut microbiome of E-fed transgenic mice, hooded by Dr. Simon Alford. Morgan Lee Zenner, circulating prognostic and tissue-specific microRNAs in prostate cancer, hooded by Dr. Larissa Nahn.
Wonderful. Before moving on to the conferral of the MD degrees, let me pause for a moment to highlight the role of the Physician Advising Community Program at the Chicago campus and introduce the role of the physician advisors in today's ceremony. The vision of the ComUnity advising structure, and note the very intentional wordplay in the way we spell community, coupling COM for the College of Medicine with the word unity. The vision is to create a sense of belonging in medicine for each student by fostering relationships that support students' professional and personal development during medical school. There are 8 communities named for accomplished UI College of Medicine alumni and former faculty. Each community has 4 houses, with each house comprised of students from a different entering class. Our 16 physician house advisors, or PHAs, represent 10 different specialties. 6 of them are College of Medicine alumni, and 11 did some portion of their training at the UI College of Medicine and UI Health. The PHA works with the students in a longitudinal fashion, creating long-term meaningful relationships. So today, the physician house advisor for each community will be hooding their students at this commencement and joined by the faculty hooder selected by the graduating class, Dr. Fred Czar. Dean Rosenblatt and Chancellor Reyes, please come forward for the conferral of the Doctor of Medicine degrees.
Well, this is really one of my favorite activities as Executive Dean. I get to help our Chancellor turn you into doctors instantaneously. Now, will the Doctor of Medicine candidates please stand if you are able?
Woohoo!
Chancellor Reyes, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine.
Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree of Doctor of Medicine for which you have been presented, and I admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations. Come on, show them the love again.
Now I invite the first row of new physicians to please come forward to receive your hoods. The remaining new physicians, please remain seated. Today, we have the pleasure of having Dean Thompson and Dean Hyman to read the names of our students. Dean Thompson, please come to the podium to read the names of the graduates.
I now invite Dr. Erin Hickey to the center stage to hood her students from the Jose Choca House along with Dr. Czar. Jacob Wayne Brunius. Andrew Michael Carlson. Amy Bibiana De La Torre. Carson Thomas Disher. Joseph Ryan Garrity. And Joseph Garrity is also the Barani Research Award recipient. Timothy Charles Helbezma. Yevgenia Ivanitskaya. Gabriella Cadu. Grace Suyun Kim. Luke Middlestat. Samuel H. Moe. Aaron Nussbaum. Christian Poulos. Amir Safdari. Kiara Santiago. Michael Ryan Zebold. I now invite Dr. Matthew Whithouse to center stage to hood his students from the Rivers Frederick House, along with Dr. Czar. Alexandra Baczynski. Stephen James Buter. Eric Cooper. Arya Winakant Dadania. Max Evan Weintraub Ellithorpe. Ana Paula Gonzalez. Ethan James Harris. Benjamin Hewitt. Robert Lavin. Jada Olukemi Omatayo McDonald. Megan McGowan. Alex Wynn. Joachim Thomas Operskalski. Mark Chester Perkowski. Hamza Ehmud Kazi. Kate Raberry. Gabrielle Rusgis. Eunice St. Victor. Catherine Elizabeth Shapiro. Christina Sue. Maria Gabriela Vallecoto. Taylor Rose Vandenberg. Nicole Zolman. I now invite Dr. Mahesh Patel to center stage to hood his students from the Isabella Garnett House along with Dr. Czar. Steven Bienfe. Rico Kleinstein Chenyek. Ruby Chien. Earl Bird Chisholm. Mary Blair Coombs. Cara Donovan. Osama Mohammed El Sayed. Noah B. Fletcher. Samer Habil. Sean Haney. Elena Kapoor. Claudia Julia Kazmierek. Kyle Kelly. Yuen Joyce Liu. Emily Sheng Laux. Lauren Margaret Lucas. Austin Q. Wynn. Amel Pineda. Juan Andrés Polanco. Arish Shahab. Emily Erin Sissel. Tayana Sarah Sten. I now invite Dean Boucher-Berry to center stage to hood students from the Olga Johansson House, along with Dr. Czar. Dr. Marcy Larak is the physician advisor for Johansson House and could not be with us today. Benjamin Sharma Aronson. Akash Balaji. Thomas Brennan. Connor Joseph Cole. Miracle Chiamanaya Dayala. Nicole Alexandra Hefner. Regina Koch. Philip Noah Kamornik. Daniel Dominic Loizzo III. Dominic Michael Martinico. Julian Pacheco. Gabrielle Marie Perez. Portia Pilot. Diana Iwana Rapolti. Sandra Spihalska. Michael Sun. Catherine Thompson. Catherine Wang. Morgan Zenner.
I now invite Dr. Anna Morrow to center stage to hood her students from the Arno Motulsky House along with Dr. Czar. Salma Abdul Basir. Venkat Atluri. Yemi Bankole. Zita Chian Chan. Heidi Christian. Janvi Desai Nandi. Meg Kumar. Justin Zhao Lei. Jacob Barry Levin. Crystal Danielle Maciel. Numan Syed Mahmood. Raghav Mata. Ernestina Mariku. Gina Chin. Abhishek Sethi. Moriola Titilayo Shobajo. Raghu Somala. Divya Meher Sarabi. Vikram Tamana. Ryan Ran Yang. Hongfei Zhao. I now invite Dr. Anna Lapowska to center stage to hood her students from the Julius Richmond House along with Dr. Czar. Yash Anand Bhatia. Kevin Chow. Michael Paul DeBala. Ryan Adeline Dymek. Caroline Soraya Fernandez. Kevin Chaco Jacob. Aditi Jagadish. Scott Johnson. Samuel Jacob Levin. Christopher Lorena. Clayton Mashoff. Deep Patel. Jeremy Quinones. Zoe Sheets. Elizaveta Subach. Apurva Tumala. Chinonso Michelle UKJ. I now invite Dr. Priyanka Gokhale to center stage to hood her students from the David Sackett House along with Dr. Czar. Chiaka Jacqueline Anyaso. Grishma Chilukuri. Adriana Cordova. Martine Therese Dolan. Sunil Domaraju. Russell Scott Dullman. Edlita Maria James. Rahul Kataria. Deepika Khanna. Anjali Tara Manam. Ivy Mora Obonyo. Carolina Marie Pusek. Kajal Karisi Sachdev. Tolulape Esther Salako. Farhan Salman. Gaia Soledad Santiago. Ashka Shah. Taylor Paul So. Carrie Wright. I now invite Dean Boucher-Berry to center stage to hood students from the Rochelle Yaros House, along with Dr. Czar. Dr. Rachel King is the physician advisor for Rochelle Yaros House and could not be with us today. Saima Jamil Armana. Jasmine Estelle Arrington. Elizabeth Chang. Jung Ki Cho. Jackson Joseph DeJour. Afsara Hawk. Reniel Xavier Iniguez. Kylene Jan. Vivian Jin. Matthew Leindert Kleinyan. Brian Ubin Lee. Cutler Thomas Lewandowski. Anna Huanling Liu. Monica Nava Frenier. Jillian Maria Carlotta Sation. Nina Tang. Min Tran. Rahil Yassin. Camila Zimmer.
I've been trying to imagine, as I've sat here and enjoyed each individual round of applause and shout out from families and friends, what would imagine if that were all additive and simultaneous? Let's see if we can raise the roof one more time for all our wonderful. All right, it's now my pleasure to introduce two of our alumni, Drs. William and Stephen Comm. Dr. William Comm is a 1956 graduate of the University of Illinois Chicago and a 1958 graduate of the University of Illinois College of Medicine. He completed radiology residency at St. Louis City Hospital and practiced radiology for approximately 40 years in Southern Illinois, primarily in the Belleville area, both in hospital-based and office-based practices. Dr. Stephen Comm, yes, they are related, graduated from the University of Illinois College of Medicine in 1987 and completed his emergency medicine residency here at the University of Illinois Hospital in 1991. He is in his 30th year of full-time emergency medicine practice at Sarasota Memorial Hospital and is the elected chief of that department. He is also on the faculty for the emergency medicine residency and in charge of its program in simulation and in trainee wellness. I would like to welcome Dr. Comm to the podium.
Thank you. Wasn't sure I would make that. It's the first time I've walked in 6 weeks. But it's a real privilege to be here, and thank you to all the deans and chancellors and presidents and vice presidents that I've met over the last day. My father and I are very pleased to come back from Florida just to speak for a few minutes to this class. We both graduated from this medical school many years ago. So I guess I'm one of the first to congratulate you now to the cohort of healers. You're all doctors. Congratulations. You all have your... Yeah, you've done it. That's it. You've received your doctorate. At this point forward, everyone's going to refer to you as doctor. And I can tell you all these years later, it never gets old. It's a privilege to be a doctor, of course, great responsibility. You did get here with much hard work and with a lot of support, obviously, from the family and friends and all the other supporters that you had. They all helped you get to this point. When we received the call to come talk to the commencement class, I think both of us were taken aback and just trying to figure out what we would have to offer with all of these impressive people here behind me. And I asked, well, what would I possibly say to the medical graduates? And I was told, well, why don't you tell them something you wish that you knew when you were in their spot, however many years ago it was. So that's what I'm going to try and do here just in the few minutes that I have. Things that I know now that I wish I knew when I was sitting where all of you are sitting right now. Most of you probably already know these things, but having been out in the practice of medicine for all these years and working with all the different specialties, and I have the somewhat unique perspective as an emergency medicine physician. I come across all the specialties pretty much all the time. So I'm going to try and pass some of these things on. I'm not preaching. I aspire to these goals myself. And again, I've seen it when these principles are adhered to, that basically good things happen. And when they're not adhered to, sometimes not so good things happen. So basically 6 or 7 points, and then I realized probably the best thing I can do for any of you here today is just be brief and get out of here and let you get on with your day. But start each day saying to yourself you're going to do the best job you can. Please show up to work with the best physical and mental capabilities that you're able to. Understand it's very important to your patients and coworkers that you're ready to go each day. You will have obstacles, you will have challenges, and you will have personal tragedy, but you have an obligation to your patients to, as we say, just leave all that baggage at the door and do the best you can for your patients. Again, these things aren't easy, but I'm trying to give you some basic principles. Juxtaposed with number one is number two, and just try and be positive. And I'm sure you're all that way now. It can be more of a challenge. Excuse me. As you get through your career and you're dealing with various different things, whether it's in your personal life or with your occupation, but keep a positive outlook. Avoid cynicism, negativism, and if possible, even have a positive outlook on your face, and perhaps even a smile. A lot of people will be looking at you as you do your job, and if you have a frown, that's going to leave a certain impression, but if you always seem to be positive and upbeat and smiling, that will help you not only with your patients, but with everybody you work with. Essentially, everybody will want to be around a positive person, and the patient care team, and you will be part of a team. You will lead the team, but you will be part of a team. That team will thrive being around somebody like yourself who's positive and upbeat. Number three, some of these things seem really trite, but again, it's just what I've seen over my career. Show up to work on time. Be reliable. Sure, there's going to be personal tragedies and problems that will cause you to be late occasionally, but you guys all know this, I'm sure. Just show up and be ready to go. Whenever you're supposed to start, that's not the time to go do other things. It's the time to start working, and your colleagues and everybody you're working with will appreciate that. Understand that with this 4-year degree, you've immediately brought yourself up to the top of the food chain in the hospital. Over the years, you will work with many other people in the hospital, not just doctors, nurses, x-ray technicians, phlebotomists, and they're all basically going to do what you tell them to do for the next 30 years. And remember that all of these non-physicians are important and will supplement and support you in what you're trying to get done. People tend to do more and give a better effort when it's for someone they like versus when it's for someone they dislike. Try to make an effort, and again, just trying to re-emphasize what most of you are probably already doing. Make an effort to talk to and identify those individuals that you're around each and every day. Get to know their first names, not just your fellow physicians, but other people, whether it be the security guards or anybody else, and make an effort to get to know them, especially if you're going to be around them for a long period of time, which many of you will in your long careers. Try and be kind to each other. Try and be kind to yourselves. That's the next point. Wellness is very important. Physician first, heal thyself. So you have a great responsibility moving forward here, but you also have a very stressful job. So please take care of yourselves, whatever you need to do. Take care of your colleagues. Occasionally they will come up to you and ask for help. Give it to them, whatever it is. They won't forget it, ever. They'll come up to you and ask you about a family member that may be ill. Maybe it's about another patient in the hospital and just a curbside consult. But whatever you can do along those lines, you'll be super busy, you'll be juggling chainsaws, but try and take that time to speak to them and give them advice. Number 6, you will be a lifelong learner. Be gracious and humble, which you've learned as medical students. There will be people that know more than you. Try and soak it up like a sponge, soak it up from other specialties. Be lifelong learners, go to conferences, read your medical journals, and continue to improve yourself. Last but not least, do the best you can for your patients. Advocate for them, be inquisitive. I can tell you so many stories of probably the best thing that helped me taking care of a patient was being inquisitive, not giving up, advocating, being curious. So you'll help many, many people by keeping that up. My father and I could not be more proud of our heritage of graduating from this medical school. And you can always rest assured that you have the foundation that you need to go forth and do wonderful things. And if we can do it, anybody can with that background. I'll leave you with some words of wisdom that actually came from a classmate of my father's who was a surgeon here many years ago when I did my time at Cook, and it was Dr. Jonathan, Olga Jonathan. And I was fortunate enough to spend some time with her. My dad spent a lot of time with her. And this is a quote from her: "Always be ethical and honest. Always take the best care of your patients. Always remain lifelong learners." Congratulations once again, class of 2023. Great job.
Thank you, Dr. Stephen Comm and Dr. William Comm. Thank you very much for being here. At this time, I have the pleasure of introducing the president of the class of 2023. In fact, he's been the president of the class all through the 4 years of medical school, to provide remarks on behalf of the class. Please welcome to the podium Dr. Daniel Luizzo. I don't know if your comments are buried here.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Dean Curry, graduates, family, friends, faculty. It is my distinct honor to, one, have served as president for the past 4 years, and I thank you for this opportunity to be on this stage today, addressing all of you. First off, I do want to say congratulations to all of the graduates in the class of 2023. Yes, it's finally over. The day that you can call yourself a doctor has finally arrived. As I look around the room at all the different colored stoles and all of my now future colleagues, it helps me to realize there are many career paths in medicine. It could be practicing clinically, academics, private practice, research, and some of the less typical that members of our class have already started to pursue, including consulting, fitness coaching, social media influencers, and the like. Some of us will finish residency in 3 years, ready to enter into their fields and attending shortly after, and others who have chosen longer surgical subspecialties will be so old when they finish residency they are ready to retire. No matter what path we have chosen, the hours of EBM with Dr. Sridhar, the only person who can make most of us like infectious disease, Dr. Patel, or the timeless lessons of Dr. Zar, as well as their brilliant counterparts, Boards and Beyond, Pathoma, and Anki, have all built us up to this day and lay the foundation for our careers in medicine. Now the next adventure awaits, residency. While many of us have heard that this next step will be exciting, an opportunity to grow, to learn, it was a board game developed by Dr. Cooper that we played during our transition to residency course. Yes, tuition went towards playing a board game. That revealed the very fundamental truth that residency will be hard. There will be days we save lives, make life-changing diagnoses, gain a patient's trust, and then there will be days where it makes all the sleepless nights and call shifts worth it. Those days will also be met with other days where we make a mistake. Our confidence is torn down. The reality is, as I am sure the other physicians in this room can attest to, is that these highs and lows never stop coming and will continue throughout each and every one of our careers. However, there is one thing that can always help us get through each of these days: each other. The people we will be calling throughout our entire careers for advice, guidance, and fields unfamiliar to us. While we importantly take so much time showing humanity to our patients, we do not spend enough time showing humanity to each other and ourselves. We will spend so much time giving ourselves and our service to others because that is our calling as physicians. But what happens when there is nothing left to give? While many of us are outstanding at a wide range of things, I know many of us, including myself, are terrible at asking for help. We have a mindset we can overcome any obstacle and do it all by ourselves, but the truth is we need each other to be the one who takes the pager when our colleague is beyond exhausted or emotionally distressed. We need to be the voice for our co-residents for improvement in our residency programs, and we need to be the ones who step in and offer help when we see a colleague struggling. offering the same humanity to each of your colleagues that you give to your patients each and every day. Humanity is the foundational principle in how we combat burnout in medicine. And just as patients typically remember the physician who showed that extra bit of compassion and care over the physician who knew every last detail about their specialty and diagnosis, we will remember the co-residents and colleagues who show us compassion during illness, crisis, hardship, or a 24-hour call shift. We take the culture of service to our patients and build in an additional culture of service to each other. As the next generation physicians, it starts with us from the day we walk into our residency orientation. It starts with us, each of us, to go out into the world to create positive change, lift each other up, and create change through humanity. So with that, congratulations to Class 2023, and may we all enjoy the times to come ahead.
Let me now invite to the podium Dr. William Comm, who would like to say a few words as well.
I'd like you to get a good look at an ancient history. I graduated from this school in 1958. And in case any of you are figuring, it's 65 years and I'm ready to retire. I left this school, went down to St. Louis for a one-year rotating internship and then a 4-year radiology residency. There were 140 in my graduating class. You are considerably higher. There were 7 women in my class, and fortunately, it is considerably higher in this class. I would like to tell you about a few changes that have happened in radiology since when I started. Let's talk about arteriography. Now you use a femoral artery approach and catheters, and you've got fancy equipment with AP and lateral projections and film or receptors to give you a whole bunch of films. What would you do in 1958 when I graduated? You got 3 cassettes, lead-backed. You put a direct injection into the common carotid artery, got everything all ready for pictures, and you told the technician to fire the machine, and you said, pull, and the guy in the lead apron and the lead gloves pulled the film out, and you said it again, and he pulled the second one out. He didn't pull the third one because he only had 2 arms. Hopefully, you got what you wanted. What about mammography? In my 3rd year, the director sent me down to MD Anderson Hospital to study with the guru who was developing this project. And he had a very good project. He showed us exactly how to do the examination. And I reviewed, I don't know, somewhere around 2,000 films, which had the film, the radiologic diagnosis, and surgery. So I thought I was pretty good about that. The only problem we had was that we didn't use X-ray film. We used a roughly 8x10 film in paper, put it on a bolus underneath the breast, line up the X-ray machine just so that everything was on the film, and make a 6-second exposure. Now, nobody in their right mind would make a 6-second exposure, and no machine in the country would allow you to do it. Well, you told the X-ray people, I need to make a 6-second exposure. And they look at you a little funny, and they fix the machine that you can do that. Well, it's been a dramatic change. Now you have almost instantaneous exposures with cassettes, and it's a gorgeous examination. What about the MRIs? Well, in that day, it wasn't called an MRI, nuclear. was in the phrasing. And people were a little leery of it because they thought the whole thing had something to do with radiation, which wasn't true. The initial machines had relatively small holes, so if you were a slim to medium-sized person, you were just fine. You weigh 350 pounds, you're out of luck because you won't fit in the hole. Fortunately, the computer people were working hard. The manufacturers worked hard. They made bigger machines, bigger magnets, bigger holes, and then anybody would fit. Nuclear medicine. It was mostly thyroid. There were a few other things we could do, but it was mostly thyroid. We didn't have technetium. Now you can tag anything you want with technetium, and it'll go wherever it's directed to go, and hopefully you'll find all the answers that you need. The thing I'm going to leave you with is no matter what your experience is with various pieces of equipment, be ready to change, because right now, somebody is working on a computer program, or somebody is working on a new way to make a piece of equipment, and you're going to have to learn that over the next 30 to 40 years. I told you how things started off with me. During my work, I would have, I think it was about a week, where I could go off to conferences and learn all the new things that were happening. The last thing I want to say is that Olga Jonason was in my class. And if you look at Jonason, J-O, and Bill Com, K-A, we were lab partners for the whole time, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. She was an absolutely marvelous lady. So remember, you're going to have to learn to change. Good luck to you all. A marvelous group.
Thank you, Dr. Com. There could be no better illustration of what we mean by lifelong learning. Let me now invite Dr. Rosenblatt back to the podium to lead us in the recitation of the Physician's Pledge.
Thank you, Dean Curry. Will the new physicians please rise? For most of the past 2,500 years, the Hippocratic Oath stood as the symbol of the physician's responsibilities and commitment to patient welfare. However, the World Medical Association, at its second General Assembly in 1948, created a contemporary successor to the Hippocratic Oath, which outlines in concise terms the professional duties of physicians and affirms the ethical principles of the global medical profession. This document, now known as the Declaration of Geneva, or sometimes simply the Physician's Pledge, has since been revised several times, most recently at the 2017 World Medical Association's General Assembly here in Chicago. I ask all physicians in the audience to please rise if you are able and recite the Physician's Oath along with the graduates. I believe the oath is found actually on the last page of the commencement book. And we're going to do this together, not after me, but we do this together. This is something we share. So let's begin. As a member of the medical profession, pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you. Please be seated.
So we now approach the conclusion of this commencement ceremony, but before we finish, we would like to acknowledge those who have championed and supported you as new physicians as you make your way toward this day. First and foremost, would all the parents, spouses, significant others, family members, and friends of the graduates stand and be recognized once again by the graduates for all you have done to nurture, guide, and support them through the years. And now would all the members of the College of Medicine faculty and staff, whether you're here before us in academic regalia in the back, seated elsewhere in the audience, please rise if you're able and be recognized for your contributions to the teaching, professional development, personal mentoring, and support of all these graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. We ask that members of the audience remain seated until the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates have completed the recessional. To exit and meet your party, guests should use the street-level doors of the arena. And faculty, please follow Dean Hasnain and Dean Kashima after the platform party has left the stage. The graduates then please follow Associate Dean Osta and Assistant Dean Boucher-Berry. Ushers at the outside of the aisles will assist in dismissing each row of graduates, and you may then meet your party outdoors on the upper level. Dean Rosenblatt, please join me at the podium to lead the recessional. Those in the platform party, please stand and follow the two of us from the stage.